Alright, so as we remember from last time... the size of the hole we need to accommodate our speaker is 69.5 millimeters. I'll be right back. So we will select, looks to be about the flattest spot for our center. And hey, our pen didn't wander, perfect. Now, of course, the next thing we must do is cut out the circle. For that we have the implements. Left the sheath behind. Got some good thick walls by the looks of things. Let's test fit the speaker. That does not fit. Did I measure that wrong? Hey Google, 139 divided by 2.
The answer is 69.5.
That's what I thought. Check that again. That looks about right. Interesting. And it was zeroed correctly. So my guess is because the point was on a raised surface. Okay, so I see what happened. So the problem is that the point was here, and the pen was not on a perfect plane. It was actually in slightly, which decreased the radius of the hole. So in short, we need to increase the radius of the hole, and I don't know how much. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loosely place this here, and I will mark off where the screws go. Why did I use so much duct tape? And then that way I should be able to get a pretty decent idea what radius I should be using here. Of course, the speaker immediately shifted. Okay, that appears to be about right. I'm not too far off, all things considered. We just need to widen that up a little bit. Let's give that a test. So we get shea butter all over our hands again. Much better fit. And some of the holes are decently close. Enough for testing purposes, at least. Alright, next up we have our tool that we created with a decently, I hope, sharp tip to it. And we want this to try and go perpendicular. So, the problem I face now is that I naturally want to point towards the center of the pumpkin, but that would make my screw go in crooked. Because this surface isn't uniform, I want this to try to go straight perpendicular to the table. I can demonstrate that better from this angle. So naturally I would want to put this one in like this, but I actually need to put it in like that. So this is going to be interesting. It's a little harder than I expected it to be. Hey, but it worked. We got a nice hole. Now how do I get this out? Oh, okay, blowing it's not going to work. Oops. The butt end of a paintbrush. Perfect. Paintbrush saves the day. Next one. Alright. Got our 8 holes drilled. Okay, next part in our crazy scheme here is to install the anchors. I believe these things are going to flare out, so I'm going to want those to be facing down the sides like this. Well, here goes nothing. Went in. Time to do the rest. Well then, That's how you make a pumpkin look like a porthole, I guess. Alright, I'm going to grab the other speaker because I've disconnected one of the leads so I can disconnect the other one and I can reattach these from the inside. I think the plate makes the most sense this way, so let's find out that it doesn't line up at all with how we did the holes. Alright, now we test the next step. Will it screw? Okay, that bit is slipping around like nuts. Or is it the nut that's slipping around like bits? Either way. Yo-ho. Much to my surprise, this is working. Oh. Nope, it just spun out. Okay. If I can hold the anchor so it doesn't spin while I am inserting the screw. Nope. Well, I got that far. Let's try another one. Do I have one? Yeah, the one at the top will line up pretty decently. Well, I think the next thing to do, honestly, is to see how she sounds. Oh my god, it's a pain in the ass to get to those connectors. Alright, well, I'm gonna disconnect this one. Well, that just happened. I'll be fixing that later. Can't even reach where I need this thing to go. I think that's actually connected. Oh no, it is. That one's not. So note to self, wire up the speakers through the hole before installing the speaker. This magnet. That's gotta be connected now. Well, the speaker's gonna be facing to the back, so I'm gonna point that at the wall. Cap that off. Oh, here goes. Wow, that really changes the volume, doesn't it? That's cool. Look at that. I take the top off. That really changes the sound. Well,